What is going on, Babylonians? It's me, Songs of Rage, and we're back with another Lost Ark video to be able to bring to you. And today we're actually going to be looking over one of the story missions that actually takes place in this. And I think this really will actually set in your mind as to how good Lost Ark actually is to be, and how fun it is to be able to play, and the overall kind of like scale as to how the game really plays out. I absolutely love this mission. I was in awe the first time I saw it. We actually did it on stream, but I've recently made an alt, and we've gone back to be able to go record this to be able to bring to your eyes, just in case you aren't actually looking to be able to play Lost Ark, or just in case you don't have the abilities to do it. I am playing this with my artillerist build, and to be fair, this was an early build before I've settled on my current one, but overall it just means that the flamethrower is actually like the main skill that I'm going for on this one. But so what I wanted to do, the purpose of this video is to show you off just the scale of this battle, just how goddamn awesome it actually is in effect. But just know that because it is in the story, a spoiler warning is in effect for this, because it is several hours into the campaign for it. So obviously, if you are looking to be able to protect yourself a little bit from the story, then make sure you actually don't watch this until you've actually got there. But yeah, overall this is absolutely amazing. But yeah, just going to do a little bit of commentary in the background and explain what's going on. But before we make sure you have dropped a like and a subscribe on the channel, it really does help the channel out. And there's going to be plenty more of Lost Ark content coming your way regarding like builds, PvP, and everything else in between. So yeah, definitely make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Now, the first thing that really sprung to mind when we were actually playing this out was the fact that if you've ever watched the films of Lord of the Rings, or if you've ever read the books, it's basically the Helm's Deep kind of attack, and or the defense of the castle, and obviously holding that line there, and overall it almost felt the other way round in that kind of sense, because obviously the good guys are supposed to be, you know, holding that off. They're supposed to be protecting it against all the orcs when they're doing the attack, and this is basically, we're storming the castle this time. We're trying to take the crown away from Sherrit, which we're actually going to see a little bit later on. It's a really good fight in that as well. But essentially, we're getting onto our siege towers. We're climbing onto the barricades. We're climbing onto the castle walls, and we're looking to be able to take out everything that's going on. And you'll see the carnage that pretty much ensues. You'll see the amount of soldiers that are actually involved with this battle. And granted, it's heavily relies on you being able to obviously do quite a bit of attacking when it comes to the one side. But you know, overall, the sheer amount of units that are currently on screen is almost unprecedented. I haven't really seen anything like this happen in a computer game. Obviously, I know there were the Lord of the Rings games back in like the PS2 kind of days, which people look on quite fondly, and we have seen some games where you have to take on like hundreds of enemies before. I still remember the scene from Kingdom Hearts 2 where you're in that valley and you're fighting off all the Heartless, and your mission is basically just kill a massive bunch of Heartless, literally all filling up the screen. But even that feels like it doesn't really kind of like come in comparison to what this actual level kind of did for me. And I really, yeah, just something about it, just like everything down from the graphics, the attention to detail, that you can tell some love was put into this level. And you really have to give it to Smilegate for how long. You know, granted they've had several years to be able to work on this, and obviously it's been in some kind of playable state over in Russia, but you know, the sheer attention to detail when it comes to Lost Ark is just astounding, really, and I think this level really does pay testament to that. Now, as the battle ensues, you start to see like the battlefield changing a bit. You're starting to see, you know, siege weaponry being used against the siege towers. You're seeing towers fall over. You're seeing plenty of people die. Obviously, you're killing quite a few people when it comes to on top of the barricades, as well as on top of that. You've also got little things like people bringing ladders to be able to obviously come and help when it comes to that fight as well. On top of that, you'll notice like certain points as well that because it's not just as simple as, oh, the battle's happening like around you, it's not affecting your kind of environment. There's times where the weaponry actually goes and hits the walls and obviously knocks you down, and you know, it's little things like that. It's little details that really do actually bring a smile to your face, and just makes it feel more believable in that kind of sense that this is something that's actually could happen, and all that. So it requires you to be able to climb up. I did find it a bit funny that you do fall through the floor after you've climbed all your way back up, so you then have to climb up again. But then it's just going back to clearing out the barricades and all that. And yes, okay, I guess it is a little bit repetitive, and obviously, you know, when you've got that many enemies to be able to deal with, I guess I can understand that. But once again, that just kind of adds into the scale of it, as from what I can tell, and that's probably what I enjoyed so far about it as well. Now, overall, in the grand scheme of things, this isn't a very difficult fight because you are pretty much, for the majority, or at least for the first half of this level, you are just pretty much fighting minions. It's just a lot of them at the same time. So as long as you've got skills that are able to do like piercing through bodies to be able to affect the ones behind them, as long as you're able to deal with the multitude of like with AoE spells and all that kind of thing, you're able to deal with a multitude of enemies, you won't have any like difficulties with this kind of level. It's just because of the sheer amount of bodies, it just makes you feel that much more powerful for the fact that you can take on so many enemies in the first place, which is quite a nice feeling to be able to do. And you don't necessarily get that in most of the other levels when it comes to Lost Ark so far. It is like these structured levels and these kind of environments that really kind of make it like hammer home the fact that you are quite a powerful bit or a skilled fighter in that kind of sense. And I think that's really what helps to be able to make this a bit more enjoyable as well. And the other thing is great, though, is the fact, and you might miss this if you're not too fussed about it, is the fact that the camera angle does shift around quite a bit, just to be able to show what's going on the outside of the walls. And this is to be able to give you like a scale of what's actually going on while you're doing the fighting as well. So you've got things like anchors being thrown into the walls to be able to obviously help pull the walls down, to be able to like affect the structure or the integrity. You've got a battering ram that's there going straight at the door to be able to try and obviously knock it down. You've got catapults and boulders flying over your head while you're fighting as well. You've got arrows with flames on just to be able to. It's crazy like how much is actually going on, and it doesn't take away from the fact of what you're doing. It just kind of adds to the environment. And then the cool slide down the chain that we obviously get to do in the slow-mo moment. It just, every single bit about it just pretty much screams about how cool this actual level pretty much ended up being. So yeah, hopefully I find that you agree with me on this, and please let me know in the comment section down below if you actually do disagree when it comes to that side of things. But the rest of this is going to be kind of self-explanatory, so I'm going to kind of like leave the commentary off. I'm going to leave the level to be able to play out for itself. I've said my piece when it comes to how good this level actually is. But just know that the bosses that are coming up are brilliant as well in terms of like magnitude, in terms of how the cutscenes have been done as well. The fact that you get to fight probably triple digits amounts of soldiers that are going to be coming over this bridge in a couple of seconds is brilliant on the grand scale of things, and you have the backup, which you can see now, to be able to help you out with that. So it really does feel like a war, but yeah, it also has quite kind of dire consequences going forward into the story as well when it comes to those elites that we get to see. But yeah, overall, I think this mission is probably one of the best, and it's nice to know that there are other battles like this that actually do take place in Lost Ark, where it's kind of like a grand scheme of like things where there's a massive like scale battle that's going on at the same time, and yeah, just the magnitude is brilliant. Rather than just being pure side quests, ones that you literally just go over there and just spam the G key on people. So I'll finish my speaking section here, so thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully you've loved the content that's currently going on in the background, and if you have, make sure you check out Lost Ark. It is completely free to play at this moment in time, but there are paid bundles in case you want a little bit of extra content, just to be able to help you out, or obviously like visual side of things, so it's not necessary, but you definitely can do that. And also, thank you so much to the Babylonian family, as always. Their names will be appearing at the end of this video, and yeah, if you are interested in any more Lost Ark content coming forward, there's plenty being worked on in the background. It's just taking a few hours to be able to get it all set up and get it all ready for you. But as always, keep yourselves safe, keep yourselves well, and I'll see you all on that next video.
Watch out! I'll leave it to you.
just stand by and do nothing.
Share it.
This is why you are unworthy of the throne. Just like your father.
You are no king.
I am the leader Luterra deserves. It's mine!
Lay down your arms, share it. It's over.
It's over!
This is demonic power. You sold your soul.
Sold? No, Thirain. I took this power. Humans, demons, I'll rule them all. Allow me to demonstrate my new powers. You're still here. Your many talents are wasted on him. How about it? Will you swear loyalty to the true king of Luterra? So be it. If you want to die with Thirain, I shall grant your wish. I'm going to enjoy killing you. No. Luterra is mine. Mine. I am the king.
Thirain!
You managed to defeat Sherrit. Quite impressive.
Carmine, open the gate!
My. Someone's a little impatient. Have fun, Master Voltan.
Demon Commander.
Why is the Master of Vanquisher already wounded? What happened here, Carmine?
Apologies, Master Voltan. I know you wanted your vengeance. But this is the one who killed Sherrit. Killing him should prove rather enjoyable, yes?
This is not what I wanted. But very well. However, if you interrupt me again, I will kill you next.
Understood. This one's all yours. Enjoy.
I'll crush you. Make this more exciting for me, as Luterra did all those years ago. You're a skilled fighter, but I'm done playing around.
Stop! This is my fight.
Vanquisher, I've been looking forward to this.
Thirain!
Die! Delane! Your half-breed power pales in...
Thirain!
Vanquisher's reputation is well earned.
Carmine.
And now, the moment I've been waiting for.
Carmine, you treacherous scum! What are you doing?
Yes, yes! So this is the power of a Legion commander. Magnificent. Why the long faces? We both got what we wanted today, did we not? Enjoy your victory, hero. For now.
What could that demon be plotting? Regardless, it looks like our long war is finally over. We're finally home.
Your Majesty! Are you all right? Where's Sherrit?
Sherrit is dead.
Your Majesty, you must immediately lay claim to the throne.
That is not where I should be right now. How can we call this a victory? Every drop of blood spilled here belongs to a Lutheran. But there will be time to grieve later. Descendants of Luterra, the fight is over. But take a look around you. Many have fallen in battle. The Wall of Heroes is stained in scarlet. So we must remember what it is we fought for. We fought for our beloved families and a better tomorrow for our children. So raise your heads high and proud. This is Luterra, the Kingdom of Knights. This place is a part of each and every one of us. Let us rebuild our proud history once again. Our resolve shall never waver. We inherit the legacy of our ancestors. We will restore the glory of Luterra, the Kingdom of Knights, once again. Behold, the light you have restored, the dawn of a new day.